I don't know what we'd have done tonight if we'd actually won. This is a pretty exciting event.
We won because we harnessed the energy and the excitement that the Democratic Party will need to succeed.
I know I have some work to do, particularly with young people.
What voters here in New Hampshire confirmed tonight is nothing short of the beginning of a political revolution.
Senator Bernie Sanders coming off a huge win in the New Hampshire primary. The big Sanders win coming after some prominent women pulled the gender card for Secretary Hillary Clinton. Former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright said, quote, "There's a special place in hell for women who don't help each other." And feminist activist Gloria Steinem saying women are supporting Sanders because that's where all the young men are. So we sent our Griff Jenkins out in New Hampshire to see what some women think about that.
Bernie's the best! We need him very badly for our nation.
America is going to have a revolution.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
She's the best candidate out there. She's the best person for the job.
You guys voting for Sanders just because you want the attention of boys?
Absolutely not. Gloria Steinem, I think, proved that her brand of second-wave feminism is really out of touch with what millennial feminists are attracted to in this campaign.
When you're young, you're thinking, you know, where are the boys? The boys are with Bernie.
No one's had a more consistent record than Bernie when it comes to women's rights, and he's always stood for the people that need more rights and support.
Bernie! Bernie!
Just remember, there's a special place in hell for women who don't help each other.
Hillary! Hillary!
Nobody's going to hell. It was a joke.
And I'm just glad that she is a woman, but she's also the most qualified candidate out there.
I feel like she's a really good, strong candidate.
We're voting for who we feel is right for our country, and it shouldn't have anything to do with the sex of who they are.
So is Secretary Clinton in trouble? 2008 Democratic presidential candidate Dennis Kucinich goes on the record. Good evening, sir. And is it fair to blame the candidate for some dopey things your supporters say?
I mean, Bernie Sanders, chick magnet, who knew?
Right. But, I mean, like Gloria Steinem saying that that's where the guys are, white young voters.
When you're in a campaign, you get people coming from the sidelines into the center of the ring. They'll say things, and we have to hold the candidates to what they say. And I think that Hillary Clinton's challenge is going to be to address the economic issues that Bernie Sanders has brought to the forefront. And if she fails to do that, she fails at her own peril.
Well, right now she's leading. She had a bad night in New Hampshire, and I was virtually a tie in Iowa. But she's leading in delegates, 394 to 44 because of superdelegates. So she's clobbering them right now in delegates.
Well, but the delegates are not a function necessarily of the caucus and election process. That's what people have to watch. I think it's going to be a tough thing in the Democratic Party if a candidate gets the nomination based on the superdelegates, because that doesn't really reflect the will of the people within the Democratic Party. So I think that she still has a chance to get a majority of the delegates on her own. But she's going to have to go back to the concerns that American people have about wages, about jobs, about the inequitable distribution of wealth in the society, issues that Bernie Sanders has brought forward and, frankly, has gained a lot of traction on.
She's going to South Carolina. He's going to South Carolina, big African-American vote there. And read an article by a woman named Lauren French in Politico today saying that Thursday the Congressional Black Caucus will be endorsing Secretary Clinton and that 6 members will be down South Carolina campaign for her. I think South Carolina, she doesn't have to win it, but it sure would help her to win it. Is that a big endorsement?
It's quite significant. I mean, the Black Caucus has political impact, but even more so, that together with the ministers in South Carolina can help turn the vote out heavily in Hillary Clinton's favor. Because you have to remember, it's not just the top-down word from Washington. It's hearing from people inside the church in the communities.
Look, Senator Bernie Sanders says that he wants free college. She says that it's affordable college. Free college, I mean, like, we'd all like free things. I'd like free things, too, but if it's impractical. I mean, at some point, isn't he going to say who's going to pay for this? And he can't, even if he took all the billionaires' money, he's not going to be able to pay for this college.
Well, part of the plans that he brings forward, he has to make a case as to exactly how he's going to pay for it. You can't do that in a couple of sound bites during a campaign. So he has to lay that out. Certainly, reallocation of the money in this country could occur, which would bring about the ability to help more kids go to college. There's no question about that. Let me give you an example, Greta. You know, we blew $5 to $6 trillion on the war in Iraq. I mean, just think if that money had been put in domestic policy.
Oh, can we start on waste and fraud? We spent $44 million on a gas station, natural gas station in Afghanistan. But you know what? No one's running on that. Bernie Sanders isn't running on that. Nobody's running on that.
Greta, one of the first committee meetings I was at in Congress, it turns out the Department of Defense, this was 18 years ago, had $1 trillion in accounts they couldn't reconcile.
All right, I'm going to take the last word on this, but before he starts taxing everybody, maybe you ought to clean up the government. Because maybe we don't even need the money. Maybe we don't even need the money.
Who says we need more taxes? You just have to reallocate the money.
All right, anyway, nice to see you.
Okay, good to see you.
Nice to see you.